Hi there. Welcome to Stories That Impact. As you can see, today there is no guest with me. I'm gonna be alone, and I have my own story. Everyone does, and I'm using a bit. I'm using the concept of creativity to share a story, and how we can use technology to help things make our lives better, right? So you might, if you're following me, you might have heard that about my story. Let me take a bit more past. So, I was born in a very well to do family. My parents took a good care of me. I was given everything that I would need, from toys to books and, food and shelter. So I was doing very well. I was pampered to a point that, they didn't let me do any of the work, outside work, like banking and, other things. So now when I turned 15, my father passed away, and it was a big blow for us. What happened was that we never realized, because he was into a business, we never realized where the money comes from, and my mother wasn't that inquisitive to check with him all the time. So we learned after a few years that, the business was, the guy cheated us in the business, the other partner, and things didn't go well. But anyways, nevertheless, what I learned at that time was that, we need to be prepared. We need to do some sort of a planning, for at least we can execute. Now, being a project manager now and being into the agile world as well, I understand the importance of planning. And planning is, of course, it is better to be a bit planned rather than just go, completely in. So when I say planning, I basically mean is that we should at least know what we are thinking of doing, so that we have a right set of actions and things like that. So, considering that, so I started to learn a lot of things, and we always go and, use a lot of tools. So recently, what happened? Uh, my now it's been a couple of decades now since that, and like I said, I've been learning and enhancing myself on using some ways how I can improve. And the generally what happens is these planning tools, these tools and technologies, most of the time we use in our office and office work. So recently, my father-in-law was admitted to the hospital, and I was with him for around 8 days, in the hospital. And what I just it just triggered me that, because we all have our own roles and responsibilities. Like for me, I do something at my house, my wife does something, my father-in-law does something, and my mother-in-law does something, and of course I've got a little kiddo as well. So I realized that, when we both are in the hospital all the time, and of course, being in a hospital, being sick, there's an added amount of tension and pressure on the family members. So what I learned, what I thought was that, oh my God, I want to make sure that it should not be the same case that I and my mother dealt around 20 years back. Then I haven't learned anything. So what I did is I love mind mapping. Okay, and I'm sure many of you know about it. So I created a small and a simple mind map, uh, to share it with my wife and with my mother-in-law, so that they can use it. And, at least it will not be easy for them, but at least the trouble will be lesser, right? To know where to hunt for what, right? So most of the things they know from day-to-day perspective, but there are some with the pressure, when you have, on your head, we tend to either forget or ignore, or it just skips your mind, right? So let me give you a quick look at the mind map, and this is the exact mind map I shared. Now, why mind map? Before I share that, is because giving a checklist or a list of the 40 items, is very confusing. Because what happens is the mind reads checklists in a different manner than it reads images in a different manner, right? So mind map also serves as a checklist. And I've used mind map in various areas. I can share that later. But for now, I want to just show how I could be creative at a point where I'm in a hospital taking care of someone, and also making sure that the day to day work at my home is going smoothly. All right, let's see. So if you can see the mind map, I will just enlarge it. So there, I've just put it as a survival list as a name, but I've just broken it down into four sections. So for hospital, basically, we need the food, we need some clothing, we need medicines, and we need cash. And my wife can withdraw it from the ATM, and there are other things, right, for the beddings and stuff like that, because sometimes the hospital pillows are not that good. I can understand from for him, but I can take a change. From finance perspective, yeah, there is some amount right now in the bank, and that I have. I'm sorry, and then she can use it from the ATM. Now, if you see, I've put XXX here, so that it's not just to show you guys. It was also when I sent it to her, because I can always call her up with the pin. If she loses her phone or something, yeah, it's gonna be big trouble for me. Medicines, I've made sure that I've told her where to take it for herself, for mom, for wife, and I mean for my wife, and for my son, and what are the medicines they should take, and if there's any sort of payments that needs to happen. And from home's perspective, the bills, the food, the milk, when the milk guy, the courier people who come in, what needs to be done. So, as you can see, it's a very simple mind map, but believe me, it's very effective because it also serves as a checklist. She can actually go and just click on these things, saying that, okay, I've taken care of this, I've taken care of this, I've taken care of this, okay, this is pending. And she can then enhance this mind map with her to do lists on that aspect. And if there's a new branch completely, which I have not taken care of, she can do that as well. So that's how you can be creative with the technology, in this case with the tool called as mind map, and help you in your day-to-day life as well. All right, I hope this helps. Do connect to my channel, YouTube channel. Stay connected with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be sharing loads and loads of stories with values towards it, and how we can benefit from it. I hope this impacts well, and you can use it for your day to day purpose. Share your thoughts, and have a wonderful day. Bye.